got a date for you to mark on your calendar, maybe with an X if you're so inclined. It is the Thursday of Week 13, November 29th, a little game in Dallas that it appears Dez Bryant will be playing in and not for the Cowboys. Welcome to NFL Total Access with Scott Hansen. I'm Lindsay Rhodes.
Yeah, Dez says go Saints, and that's go spelled G-E-A-U-X. It is a fresh start for the three-time Pro Bowl wide receiver. After a Tuesday workout in New Orleans, Dez Bryant will sign a one-year contract with the Saints. He said that he wanted the right fit. Well, he lands with the team that some people think is the best in the NFL halfway through the season. Now, Dez was not at practice today in New Orleans. He was back at home celebrating his son's birthday. But he's been active on social media throughout the day. When the news broke, he tweeted out his signature hashtag #ThrowUpTheX. And then later, he retweeted this Photoshop from the NFL's Twitter account. So after 7 months after being cut by the Dallas Cowboys, Dez Bryant is back in the NFL. Jane Slater has been all over this story every step of the way. She joins us live from Dez's former football home. Hey, Jane.
Hey there. Well, Dez Bryant will once again be in New Orleans on Thursday playing football and wearing jersey number 88. Bryant has been busy since his release from the Cowboys, working on the mental aspect of his game, but more importantly, the physical one, Scott. He's been working out with wide receiver guru David Robinson on things like foot quickness in short area spaces, intermediate route running, and attacking routes harder. The Saints want to see him drop about 5 pounds, but they were impressed enough with his workout to get the deal done. And when we start talking about some of the boxes that he wanted checked, let's go down the list. An hour-and-a-half flight from Dallas, an offensive-minded coach, a veteran quarterback, and the situation where he doesn't have to be the guy. He needs to complement the weapons they already have. Guys like Michael Thomas, Alvin Kamara, Mark Ingram, Taysom Hill, Benjamin Watson. You can go down the list. Now, one of the biggest knocks on Dez is how's he going to fit into this locker room? Is he going to disrupt the chemistry? Well, to answer that, I went to his former teammate, Ezekiel Elliott.
You're getting a very passionate football player. You're getting a very passionate individual, and I think sometimes that's looked at the wrong way. And the people who love this game, who've played, they can understand that. But I think it's somewhat harder for other people to kind of figure that out. But I think he's going to be a good veteran for that team. They already have a lot of great weapons, and it's nothing like adding another sharp tool to that toolbox. So I think it's going to be great for them. I think it's going to be great for him in New Orleans.
And Elliott fielded about 4 questions from the media about Dez Bryant and the Saints, where he said, all right, are we not talking about the Cowboys? But keep in mind, as Lindsay mentioned earlier, November 29th, that is the date to circle. That is when the Saints come here to play at AT&T Stadium. As Dez said, he plans on throwing up the X, and we are certainly going to be talking about that a lot this week. He already has T-shirts out, guys, too. Reference to the go, well, he's already got it. Throw up the X in Cajun. He's got it spelled Theaux. He gets the fan base already.
All right, 3 weeks from tomorrow. By the way, that Saints at Cowboys game right here on NFL Network. Jane, thank you. Lindsay?
So what are the Saints getting in Bryant? Well, for starters, they're getting a receiver who's found the end zone 58 times since 2012. Only receiver who's scored more than that is Antonio Brown, and he's got 12 games on Bryant. That said, the bulk of those touchdowns did come before 2015. His numbers since have not been as prolific. We could argue about why that is. I would rather focus, though, on what is going to be, especially since we have a guy who has covered him before in Will Blackmon and a fellow wide receiver in James Jones. Is this a good fit for him here?
Absolutely. Listen, you're going to Drew Brees, a Hall of Fame quarterback that knows how to throw his receivers open. When Dez was at his best, he was with Tony Romo, can throw him open. But listen, Dez Bryant, he's one of those receivers that we haven't seen since Randy Moss, since Calvin Johnson, and I'll put Larry Fitzgerald in there too. When the ball is in the air, it is his. He's a special receiver when the ball is in the air. And he's going to get these opportunities. He's going to be on the second corner, sometimes the third corner, and Drew Brees is going to give him these opportunities. I know people want to say he doesn't have top-end speed, he doesn't run routes. He's never did that. Dez got paid by the Cowboys because he makes special catches. And we haven't seen too many players in our league that can go up and make catches like Dez Bryant. And he's going to get opportunities. I'm excited for him, especially with Malcolm Thomas on the other side.
Well, and you know about those special catches firsthand, right? Like,
well,
you've had the distinct privilege or not of trying to defend
First of all,
him.
it's just crazy. It's mind-boggling, like, all the slander that I'm reading across social media, other networks that's going on saying, like, Dez can't separate, Dez can't create, whatever. It's hard to get away from defensive backs, period, in this league. And for me personally, going against him, I just know how strong he was, just how athletic he was. And you mentioned, you know, him making the big plays. That's why he throws up the X, because he is the X factor. I remember this game specifically. I was like, you know what? He can't run by me. Then he hit me with the whoop hop, threw the ball up there, and I'm like, he's not going to get it. But that's what he does right there. He is the X factor. I knew he couldn't run by me in this case, but
yeah, that's good coverage.
That's
right
good
there,
coverage
Willie.
right there.
Hey,
but it was a great throw and great catch.
Great offense, be good
but
defense
people have to
day.
understand, like you said, James, this is what he does.
Yes.
He is the X factor. He makes big time plays all the time. He actually used to return punts. So never mind his speed, he can do that as well. So it's crazy. It really takes me off about this whole thing, and I'm just really happy for Dez that he's in a perfect situation right now.
So the stuff about him potentially losing a step or the inability to get separation in the last few years.
That's young. 30 years old, that's crazy. As soon as you hit 30, all of a sudden you're supposed to drop in all your stats and your ability. It's unreal. Right now, I'm 34, and when I worked out for the Browns this offseason, I ran the 40. I did a 5-10. I did a whole combine. They're like, wow, your combine drills are faster than you were when you came out of college. I'm like, I know, dude. I'm not ancient. I'm not in crutches. Like, it's unreal.
But Will does bring up a great point. When the Cowboys paid Dez $70 million, it wasn't because he was a great route runner.
Touchdowns.
It wasn't because he's blowing the top off defenses. He was a playmaker. When the ball is in the air, Dez is going to make the play. And he did it time after time after time. And then when he fell off a little bit, which all receivers go through, you have that season where you have the dropsies. And he had that, and now everybody's saying he doesn't separate, he doesn't run good. He never did that. But when the ball's in the air, he's special, and that's what made him an elite receiver.
Well, I can't wait to see what he does with as many weapons around him as he will have in New Orleans. And also, I can't wait to see what his experience does to that room. He right now has more targets, catches, receiving yards, and receiving touchdowns than every other wideout on that entire Saints team combined. Another veteran signing today that could be